Okay, welcome to the catch-up video for the Northwest Italy tasting. Northwest Italy is Piemonte primarily, and Liguria, and Aosta, and Lombardy to a lesser extent. So, this time we are concentrating on Piemonte, and Piemonte is largely Nebbiolo. So, funnily enough, this tasting is largely Nebbiolo based. But we'll start with the white wines. White wine, most important white wine of the Northwest. Moscato d'Asti by a mile. And Moscato d'Asti can be very lovely. Sometimes it's not quite so lovely. But Moscato as a grape type is really interesting, and actually quite excited to see where it's going to go in the next few years, because some really good Moscato d'Asti is being made with some lovely skins content, some great richness, some really... The potential is there, it's just whether anyone's willing to really take it. Anyway, the other major grape types of quality, I believe, are Timorasso, Erbeluce, and Danese. And we're tasting today Erbeluce and Danese. Now, the major area for Anese is called Roero. So, Roero, Anese. Anese grape from the Roero area. Roero area is it's in the Langa. So, the Langa is Barolo at the bottom, and Roero above, and Barbaresco. So that sort of area encompasses it. Barolo and Barbaresco, of course, are most famous for their Nebbiolo. The Roero is most famous for its Anese. It's still not very famous, but it's a great grape. And it used to be bottled mainly by the Barolo producers. It had a reputation of being the white Barolo. It's not really, but the reason was they could buy finished wines and sell them straight on, or buy the grapes. But now the regulations have changed. So if you want to bottle a wine as Roero Anese, it must be grown and bottled within the Roero geographic area. This one's from the Demarié family, very classically made. So inoculated yeast, stainless steel fermentation. There's some nice texture, nice little bit of easy richness to the wine. Good wine. Slightly apricot. It's really sort of aperitivo, and it has got the power to go with lighter dishes, with fish dishes and the like. It's very, very good wine. I've got the bottle here somewhere. There it is. So, Demarié Roero Anese, 2019 vintage. A couple of cases left. It's absolutely lovely. 20 is on its way. Now, the next one, the other thing is, of course, Roero kind of protect the name Anese, but not too badly. So Anese, actually, does Anese have another DOC? Oh, I'll check that and come back to you. Anyway, so the Chiusere, this is from Camillo Favaro. He's a bit of a legend in my eyes. He's in the Calusso area. He's near Peveroni, where the lake is. It's very beautiful. And Erbeluce di Calusso, Erbeluce the grape from Calusso. There's a small problem really with this area, and that's that the consorzio that makes up Erbeluce di Calusso protect the name Erbeluce very much. So just down the road from Calusso, if you go over one run of hills, you get into the Biella area, and within the Biella city zone comes Bramatera, Lessona, Gattinara. Now, the serious problem here is not so much those villages. It's Coste della Sesia, which is the wine that encompasses all of that area in the northern Piemonte, rather like the Langa encompasses all of the region around Alba, and the Monferrato encompasses all of the region around Asti. So one of the problems with this is that Calusso DOC won't allow other people to use Erbeluce as a wine name. So Coste della Sesia, if they want to make the wine from Erbeluce, it just has to be called Coste della Sesia Bianco. It can't mention anywhere on the label that it's Erbeluce. This is going to cause problems, because it's a really interesting grape. And if they could just expand its homeland a little bit, I suspect it would be all the better for this variety. Because it is inconsistent. At the bottom end of the market, it's not great. Top end of the market, it can make world-class wine, and that's what I think this wine is. So this one has more lees context, lower yields, more attention to detail, Camillo is a Burgundy specialist, and you can taste that in this wine. It's astonishing wine. So then if we go into the reds, we're going to do the only non Nebbiolo, and this is Villeggiada, who's a very old friend of ours. This is Andrea Faccio, and this is his Barbera d'Asti, so Barbera from Asti. Asti is also the Monferrato. It's the wine region that surrounds the town of Asti. And this is near Canelli, which is a lovely area. So Suri just means south-facing. 2018 vintage. Wild yeast fermentation, very fresh. Now, Barbera, as a rule, has lowish levels of tannins, highish levels of acidity. And Andrea does not like high levels of acidity. So this wine he picks a little bit later, so the alcohol can get a bit higher. The alcohol in this case is 14%, but it still has a beautiful freshness to it, wonderful balance. I mean, this is brilliant right now. There's only a few cases left, so if you like it, please get it now. The 19 has arrived, it's in the warehouse, so we'll be moving on soon, but the 18 is delicious. Then we move to, which do we do next? I think we did the Donnas. Yes, we did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. So, Cave de Donnas. This is the one from the Aosta Valley. Now, yeah, I'm absolutely sure. This is wine number 4. So, Donnas is a cooperative. It has about 50 members, just under at the moment. Each member has a very small plot of land. And Donnas is the first village that you get to after Carema as you're traveling up towards Mont Blanc. It's a tiny village. It's really just one slope of hills. There are only 2 producers. There's only the cooperative, one other chap whose name slips my mind at the moment. But this is absolutely classic. So it's Nebbiolo, grown on high pergolas and dry stone walls, bringing in the rock, backfilling. It's just an absurd. I'll overlap some pictures onto this video, and it's an astonishing thing. So this is mainly Nebbiolo, some Fraser, some Nayrette. Big oak barrels that it's aged in for 12 months. Botti Grande. And it's superb wine. I hope you really enjoy it. 17 was hot vintage, but it's okay up there in the Aosta. It's beautiful. And then we go to 2018 Massimo Clerico Spanna, and this is Coste della Sesia. And you might remember a few minutes ago I was talking about Coste della Sesia. Coste della Sesia is the declassified version, or it's the next run down after the village wines in the Biella DOC, or the Biella commune, if you like, or area. So Lessona, Gattinara, Bramatera, they all declassified to Coste della Sesia. That's, if you like, the simple wines or the traditional wines. And then the next ones above that, in Massimo's case, is the Lessona. So this is, if you like, the baby Lessona. Spanna means Nebbiolo, so it's 100% Nebbiolo. This is the younger vines, which are still over 10 years old. And it's immaculate, because the terroir here is just astonishing. So the terroir is sand on the top, volcanic material underneath. You're at high altitude, you're at 400 meters. So it's just an astonishing place to make wine. Very traditional winemaking, very small production. Hope you love it as much as I do, honestly. And so we've just done Donnas up in the Aosta Valley. We've whizzed across towards Biella and onto the other side of Biella, heading for Novara to Lessona. And now we're dropping down past Torino, and when you get to Torino, you sort of turn right or turn west, heading for the French border, where you hit the Pinerolesi, which Pinerolesi are famous for. Honestly, very little. But as they are Nebbiolo, as we were saying about protectionism and trying to look after your grape names, Nebbiolo is very valuable. So the producers of Barolo and the Langhe, they have a Nebbiolo Langhe. They've protected their dock. It's taken the poor old producers of the Monferrato years to get a Nebbiolo Monferrato. Coste della Sesia have one. It's quite tricky. They haven't got one in Pinarello. So this is just bottled as Pinarello Rosso, but it is Nebbiolo, 100%, 2016 vintage, one of the greatest vintages in living memory. Grown on deep clays, high altitude in the foothills of Monviso. Quite traditional winemaking, so stainless steel fermentation, temperature controlled, inoculated yeasts, aged in Botti Grande. So very, very classic way to make your Nebbiolo. I think it's great wine, actually. Hope you really enjoy the tasting. Bye.